Okay. Okay. Answer 94. To the Upanishad. Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Mahyam Tubhyam Chidatmane.
Mahyam Tubhyam Chidatmane.
Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Tubhyam Mahyamanantaya.
Mahyam Tubhyam Chidatmane.
Mahyam Tubhyam Chidatmane.
Namastubhyam Paresaya.
Namastubhyam Pareshaya.
Namastubhyam Paresaya.
Namastubhyam Pareshaya.
Namo Mahyam Shivaya Cha.
Namo Mahyam Shivaya Cha.
Namo Mahyam Shivaya Cha.
Namo Mahyam Shivaya Cha.
So can you now guess Tubhyam? You have done Yusmad. Did we Tubhyam? Tubhyam, anybody can guess? Tubhyam comes from?
Tvam.
Tom, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would be?
It will be
Okay, Tubhyam.
instrumental. Yeah. So it's
Right.
Tubhyam.
When did we do this?
No, we did not, no, we
No,
did
no.
it last year.
Yeah.
So it is like a Jusmat. So Tubhyam comes in the, so now, one way to detect it, you know what I mean? See what I'm saying? Detect is, can you detect any letter there? Anything that you can detect?
Atmane, Chidatmane.
Detect that we just now did from those endings. Can you detect anything has an ending as we did? In the line there, in the first line,
Yeah, Mahamantanaya.
huh?
Mahamantanaya. Yeah.
Anantaya.
Anantaya.
Tipanaya,
Yeah.
Upaya,
Yeah.
Anantaya.
Okay.
So that is
So that is the dative.
dative.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you the clue.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So Tubhyam Mahyam are also dative.
Right.
You don't have to know that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When you read, you know what I'm saying? So those are the markers. You know what I'm saying? Do you follow what I'm saying? In the sense, the Sanskrit is a encrypted language. So when one marker is there, that marker transcends. So that's how it is easy,
Mm.
right? But the point is, so you don't have to learn the whole entire grammar, right? So basically, now you are saying, Tubhyam Mahyam Anantaya. Okay? Tubhyam Mahyam Anantaya. Tubhyam means to you and to me and to Ananta. Right?
Mm.
Then Mahyam, then you can say Mahyam Tubhyam Chidatmane. What you can guess from that? Chidatmane
Chit and Atmani.
would be similarly dative.
Mm.
Do you what I'm saying?
Kuping.
No, Chidatmane we have not done.
Mm.
It's the Atman word.
Mm.
Atman word. Which is again like one of those Halant words. Atman.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like that. So Atmane. What I'm saying is that Anantaya, once you detect,
Right.
so then the whole string becomes, you can say that, okay, there's some dative thing going on here.
Mm. So we are giving, showing that
There's a dative,
Yeah.
that's something dative
Dative
going
going
on.
on.
Dative means what? What does dative do?
to show, to
Offer.
give.
Dative is giving.
Yeah.
Dative is like an
Yeah.
offering,
Yeah.
giving is this thing. So basically something like that.
Yeah.
So when you ask like how do you know the tune? So that gives you this thing. I'm offering. I'm not praising.
Uh,
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that gives you that particular, so by looking at it, you know what I mean? You kind of, you get this, okay, I don't know all the words, but I see that. Know what I'm saying? Like that. So that's like a higher mantra. But the point is, once you really plan this out, they will be shown to you. You will see them. You know, you gradually, you develop a sight and so on, you will see them. But secularly, if you don't see them, these are the markers there. Okay? And then also you say, in the second line, Namastubhyam, again you see what? Pareshaya. Pareshaya. Okay? Then you say Namo Mahyam, then you say
Shivaya.
Shivaya. See that? Know what I'm saying? So Shivaya, Pareshaya, Anantaya, Chidatmane. Right? So can anybody think about what it may be saying? See, Nama is not in the first line, there is no Nama. Right?
Yeah.
Nama is only in the second line.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So first line is purely Tubhyam Mayam, to you and to me, and to Ananta, and to Ananta. And then that is one phrase. And the next phrase is me, to you, to Chidatmane. Chidatmane is the, so that's philosophical. Ananta has now become Chidatmana. You know what I mean? So Ananta is that cosmic thing. Chidatmana is what is sitting in you. You know what I mean? Which Chit is the your understanding force. So Chidatmana. You know what I mean? So basically, there are two. So in other words, so me, you, and the cosmos, and then you, me, and what cognizes us, what gives us awareness, Chidatmana, right? So those are the first phrase. You know what I mean? You have the drum beat. You know what I mean? Like that. So what happens is that in there, Namatubhyam Pareshaya. Namatubhyam Pareshaya.
What
You
is
know-
Pareshaya?
Shiva.
Shiva. Oh.
Isha is Shiva.
Isha.
Ishwara. Ishwara.
Paresha.
So Paresha. Namatubhyam Pareshaya.
What
You
is
know-
Pareshaya?
Shiva.
Shiva. Oh.
Isha is Shiva.
Isha.
Ishwara. Ishwara. So
Paresha.
Paresha.
Oh.
Paresha. So in other words, I see Shiva in all this. That's the idea. So I set it up. A wall, a ceiling, a light, like that. Right? Namastubhyam Pareshaya. So by default, what you do is you set it up, then you say, ye sabhi Shiva hai. So Namastubhyam Pareshaya. And then he says, Namo Mahyam Shivaya cha. I'm also Shiva. Tubhyam. Tubhyam means everything else is Paresh. Pareshaya means this is just another word for it. But I'm also Shiva. You know, you have the Sivoham. So it's the same idea here. Alright? But Shivaya cha. Alright? So anyway. So chalo, then aage badho.
When do you use this? Like at what's the context? Like when you
Meditation.
pray, when
Meditation. It has no context. It's a pure, Upanishads are purely educational.
Okay.
I think the first is, see what happens is, we have not disciplined ourselves to really go to a mental state and physical state to really feel it. I'm saying, because, you know, people, Upanishads, have 12 years of training, discipline, not food discipline and so on, like that. For example, I was at my son's house last Monday, and we came, and these people, they don't eat in the night. They're opera singers.
At all?
They did not eat, I did not ask. Because apparently to hold the voice, they have to have some restrictive food, this thing, you know what I mean? I don't know, I did not say, hey, look what's going on. I said, Valerie, you know what I mean, they just taught and this thing, and then Then lights off and so on. I say, okay, all right. All right. So which means we are so undisciplined because we don't have to perform tomorrow. There every syllable will be counted. Somebody is watching there to write a review, right?
Yeah.
So they can't really damage it by some stupid food. So that is where this thing, that is, the Ananta is waiting for me. And it's not my body, I'm an Ananta, right? So I think there's a discipline to it, and they also develop that. Okay. So this is called, the first one I have told you, is Anustupa. Anustupa is the one kind of chanda. And the second is a Tristupa. It's another chanda. Okay, so let us see whether you can really check these things. Gama Gamastham
Gamagasam
Gamanadi Shunyam
Gamanadishunyam
Gama Gamastham
Gamagamasam
Gamanadi Shunyam
Gamanadishunyam
Chidrupa Deepam
Chidrupadipam
Timirandhanashat
Timirandhanashat
Nasham, not Nashat. Nasham. I think there's a mistake there. Timirandhanasham. Timirandhanasham.
Timirandhanasham
Pashyamitam.
Pashyamitam
Pashyamitam.
Pashyamitam
Sarvajanantarastham.
Sarvajanantarastham
Sarvajanantarastham.
Sarvajanantarastham
Namami Hansam.
Namami Hansam
Paramatma Rupam.
Paramatma Rupam
Paramatma Rupam.
Paramatma Rupam.
So what will happen is, once you see the video and so on, see, these are, what we have to learn is that, I think I said that last time when we were doing the syllables, each syllable contains a certain thought. You know what I mean? So which means ma, by definition of the intonation, that will cause certain amount of thought. You know what I'm saying? So we have to kind of say how ma is used. In what context? Ma is mother, ma is Maya, ma is Mata, ma is Mache, ma. So basically, now we are saying gamana, gama, gama, right? So basically, ga and ma. You know what I mean? So we have to understand that. And my thinking is, this is not understanding that we do. That's what our brain does. If I am truthfully talking to you, my brain knows how each syllable will be applied. It's a function of truth in me. Vani, I like you. So I might stress, Vani, I like you. Right? If I'm truthful to it, that's a particular stress. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not truthful to it, Vani, I like you. Do you understand? So these syllables are meant in that particular fashion. You know what I mean? Like so basically I'm converting my thought into words. So syllables are coming because of it. I'm not trying to place them. They're a flow in me. Gama, gamastam. Gamastam. Gamanadi sunyam.
Chidrupadipam Timirandhanasam.
Good. Pashyami tam sarvajanaantarastam
Namami Hansam Paramatma Rupam.
So what do you notice here? What do you notice? Which one that you can really locate? Anything that you can locate? Yeah? You locate a lot of things here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one?
Gamana?
No, locate the from your, the,
Gastam.
no, the things, the word declension we did. So which suffix you locate?
Shunyam.
So nyam,
Yeah.
yam, kupam, vanam,
Yeah.
munim. I'm saying, and that is
That is the accusative.
apostrophe,
Singular.
singular, and also it is
Yeah.
munim. I'm saying, and that is
That is the accusative.
apostrophe,
Singular.
singular, and also it is it is most universal as a accusative singular, you know what I mean? So anyway, you see that all over the place. Kamastham gaganadi shunyam jidrupa deepam timiranda nasham pashyami tam sarvajanantarastham namami hansam paramatma rupam. Is what I'm saying? They're all So which means accusative, something is happening. And what's happening? So namami hansam. So he's kind of say namami. I'm so nama. Did you do like this thing, this tudami and something like that? Yeah. So can you detect namami?
Tate.
Namami would be like from the verb declension. Anyone tried verb? Tudami, gachami,
Yeah.
badami,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that is what? Badami
The
is?
singular third person.
Yes.
So me is first person singular.
Right.
So me, wa, ma.
Right.
And then si, tha, tha.
Very good.
And then
So namami would be?
namami would be first person.
Singular.
Singular.
So namami, I do. You know what I'm saying? So namami. So basically the logic is, then another thing you will also see, pashyami. Can you notice that?
Yeah.
Right. So if you read it, you can see pashyami, namami. But two things I'm doing. Who is doing? I'm doing. You know what I mean? So suppose I was not doing, you are doing, what will happen? What will change?
Si. Pashyati.
Pashyati. So he is doing. Or pashyasi would be?
You.
You are doing.
Okay.
Right?
Pashyati.
Pashyashi, namashi.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So those kind of changes. So now, Gama. So I think the stha. I won't translate. The stha is a stha we not come to, but it's okay. So we will not get into it. So let us read again. Gama gamastham
Gamagastam
gamanadi shunyam
Gamanadishunyam
chidrupa deepam
Chidrupadipam
timirandanasham
Timirandanasham
pashyami tam sarvajanantarastam
Pashyamitam sarvajanantarastam
namami hansam paramatma rupam.
Namami Hansam Paramatma Rupam.
Good. But do you get the feeling? The feeling is that I am seeing you. Pashyami. Sarbantarastham. Inside of all. Everybody. You know what I mean? So that thing. First you define what that thing is. Gama gamastham gaganadisunyam chidrupa deepam timirandanasham. So that's the adjectives of what I'm trying to see. You know what I mean? That eternal object or whatever it is. So that object, which are like that, which are the first four words.
I have a question. Gum is gachati, right?
Yes.
So they did not use any of those formations. They used the root verb.
No, here it is the adjective of gum.
Gum.
Gama, one who goes,
Uh-huh.
and agama is one who doesn't go.
Okay.
Charachara, we
Okay,
do,
uh-huh,
so
yeah.
like that. Gama, gamastham. So those are again word formations. But so those four adjectives that we had in this thing defines what I'm trying to see. That thumb is what? Thumb is
You.
a pronoun.
Yeah.
Pronoun. It's again accusative. Tad,
Yeah.
tam,
Uh-huh.
sa, tu, te, tam.
Yeah.
Right? So that
Yeah.
I'm seeing. That means that which is gama, gamastham. Doesn't matter. You don't know the it.
Mhm.
But what you interpret gama, gamastham, gaganadi sunyam, chidrupadipam, timinandanasam, tam,
Yeah.
tam,
Yeah.
pashyami.
Yeah.
I see.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as we read in the literature and so on, we can't really know all the words because they will be profuse. He used 4. I can use 15.
Mhm.
I'm saying ananta vichid gyati. I can go on saying like that. Doesn't matter. Those are all qualitative words.
Mhm.
But tam, that object, I'm seeing in you. Sarbantarastham. Sarbantarastham. So that is where the humility comes. Pasyami tam sarvantara sarvjanantarastham.
Inside.
Jana.
Jana. Antara. We also did some sandhi. We'll do more sandhi as we go on. So then what happens is, then he says, so that tam, then he identifies as Hansa. You know what Hansa is? What is Hansa?
Swan.
So what is the, Soham.
Soham.
Is Hansa.
Oh.
And
Sauce.
so that is that breath.
Yeah.
Breath sound, that is Hansa. Breath.
Mm.
So that's my breath. So because Paramatma Rupam, so that breath, that thing has come as Paramatma Rupam in me, as my Hansa. You know what I mean? So that's the idea. It's musical and so on, but also spiritual. Okay, all right. Very good. Now you concentrate on the Madhuvata, for some time, then we shall see. Okay, very good. So now we go to this, the book here, and we go to the chapter 5, I said. So chapter 5, so we'll do two chapters per time, and so that we can really keep on doing it. And what happens here is, I think, he's doing cases here, chapter, lesson 5 in page 53. What happens is, so we have now instrumental case. So he gives examples of instrumental case. So instrumental case is 2 ways. One is if you do, passive is passive is the car was driven by me. I drove the car was driven by me, right? So by me, right? So so I became instrumental. This the car was driven by me. I drove the car was driven by me, right? So by me, right? So so I became instrumental to drive the car. So when you active becomes passive, we use instrumental case. That's one. Or this prayer was sung by me. I sang the prayer. The prayer was sung by me. You know what I mean? So that is the instrumental. Right? So any time when a direct sentence becomes passive. Instrumental is used.
So the me is a pronoun will be the
In the instrumental.
instrumental.
Maya.
The third case, okay.
Maya kritavan.
Oh.
I did this.
Okay.
This task was done by me.
That'll be the agent, okay.
Right. So that's the first one, indicate the agent of the passive verb. Then the number 2 he says, instrument of an action. That is, sa patrena jalam pivati. What is it? Patrena jalam pivati?
With the whatever we are doing. With
Yeah,
vessel.
Right. You know, like I'm jane na gachami.
Yeah.
I'm going by a transport. Or I'm like I'm pustake na pathami. I'm reading through a book or the mukhe na badami, by speaking by my mouth. Haste na likhani. You know what I mean? I'm using my hand to write. Haste na tudami. Right? I'll beat you up with my hand. You know what I mean? Like that. So those are kind of an instrumental. Anytime you use it, you know, I go the, means like a, you know, in this thing is, you know, the world will be like a river, and we have to cross the river as a boat. You know, I mean, those kind of things, beautiful, instrumental. You know what I mean? And the
If you go with somebody, so you can say, aham ramena gacchami, with
it will
somebody.
come. That's saha. Saha means
That
with
is
him. With him. This only by.
Okay.
So that this uses by,
By.
but with also instrumental.
Okay.
With also takes instrumental. So naraha phalena tusyati. Phalena tusyati means he is happy with the fruit. So which is not really, he did not use the fruit, but by having the fruit. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is the fruit is the cause of his happiness. So there's an action is happiness, and that's the cause for it.
By fruit, so phaleen.
Right, phalena. So no, well, phalas did not do anything. By the phala's existence, you feel happy, but it's okay. You can say, my putrena stuthami, that my son exists. Inaji says, that he just exists. And I tell you, I have many people, you know, children can come home. If they come home, we have to be happy. If they come smartly dressed and this thing has a good looking and this thing comb their hair, that's my son. But even if they sew up, why not? So putra to Swami, I have no choice. No, I'm saying Dasaratha is crying tomorrow, and crying at dead. So it doesn't matter that whether Rama is dumb and he's just going away for no reason and so on. So is the one thing, and Dasaratha, what shall I do? So that's the kind of peculiar feeling we have. So phalena tusyati. Then the third one, what you said earlier, saha. Saha, dashena saha rupagacchati. Dashena saha. So, bandhu sathi, sadhuna, bandhuna saha, pathami. I will read with my friend. You know what I mean? Or,
Rata saha
Kilami, very good. Kilami. So saha. So saha is like when I do things with. Right. So dashena. So also that is a variation. Dashena rupagacchati. That is instead of saying dashena saha. Dashena saha. So in some situation, dasha is like a servant. So dasa is helping him to go. Right? So it's also instrumental. But those are like they do this for translation purpose. You know, for English people to understand when it is used. For our purpose is not very important. But what is important is we learn it from literature. You know, I mean, you just learn it from grammar point of view, but see the application in the real literature, how it is used. And that's a little different than what you see here. And but that is where your pleasure will come.
And I see that the nipa, they took away the anuswar and made it nipo because there is a after that.
No, ga.
So
Ga,
because
ga,
of that,
right. I think that we did the I think they did that in the previous one, isn't it?
yeah, we did
Visarga
that.
Sandhi?
Yeah.
Voiced
Because
consonant.
Yes, and three.
Visarga Sandhi. Visarga Sandhi, they will see Putro Dhavati. You know, like this,
Yep.
So
page
that's,
39.
yeah.
Yeah. So that you keep in mind though, because that's necessary. See the voiced. So what happens if there's a voiced consonant? If a voiced consonant comes, in a minute, ga, ka, kha, ga. Ga is a voiced consonant. So ga comes, so rupo. So those are our indicators which tell you that it was a spoken language.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Spoken language because otherwise, because why Nrupo Gacchati they're writing? Because as you say Nrupa Gacchati, that Visarga gets omitted. As you say,
Hmm.
as you say,
Mm.
you know what I mean? So that is where it sounds like. So that's what they write.
So if it was a
So-
khadati, it will be still nipah khadati.
Rupa Khadati.
But because it's gachati, so
Right.
nipo
So
gachati.
ga as a sound, it takes away the Visarga.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So that we also apply in our when we do the mantra.
Yeah.
So that's also part of it, how a word will form. That means how we can say the word easily. Easily. Because that will, you can't control your breath if you're stressed saying the word. You know, so most likely, I think some of these things may be pretty old. You know what I mean? And so that thing has developed into this mantra. Okay. So then he said the third one is, the fourth one, indicate the cause, reason, translate, account, the kanagram on because of.
Yeah, this one is really confusing because I have seen that they use instrumental, dative and ablative for cause of action. All
That's
three.
true, that's true. But they have a different meaning to it. That's what I do when I translate, and not many Americans know that. In the sense that where the poet will use it, you know what I mean? Now you can say that why they have another 10 cases, or when this happened, why use the same thing. So that is I can't answer that.
So there must be a subtle difference.
There is a
between
big
different
difference.
causes
Right,
when you use dative, ablative, or
right. So for example, dukkena gramam tajami, you know what I mean?
Right.
Dukkena gramam tajami.
so you can say
So,
dukhaya also
dukkaya gram, yeah.
or dukhat, but I don't know which one to use then.
Depends on the poet.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the poet, and also depends on what you want to convey. When dukkena gramam tajami, I carry dukkha with me.
Okay.
Dukkha has not left me.
Hmm.
Dukkha is with you.
Okay.
Dukkena gram. Then dukkhat gram tajami, I got so much pain, I left. So dukkha is left behind here.
Ah, okay.
Dukkhat,
Hmm.
I'm out of it.
Hmm.
I'm out of it. Bahi. Know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Dukkhaya gram tajami. This thing is that I was there and they gave me trouble.
Ah.
I wanted to be there. I want to be there. I could not. Dukkhaya. So like that. So the three events are different. But so that's the whole logic, they have called this Vedanga, it's called Mimans. So there's a whole Shastra about how this is being done. But you can analyze it, you can say. And that is the best thing is to see the literature. You can see the literature and how they use it. It's very beautiful. I mean, if you have interest in this literary way of expression, okay?
Thank you.
Dukkena Gramam Tajami is abandoned the village out of misery. And then Bina. Bina is also another, so in the sense that the prepositions, so Vina is without, you know what I mean? So jalena vina kamalam nasyati. Without water. Without water. Jalena vina. So vina as a vina is a, there's something called abbaya. Abbaya means indeclinable. Indeclinable, they are not really words which have declination or declension, right? So vina is one of them. Vina, shaha. So they are like that, which is, they're just throwing. They're real prepositions.
Now again, the certain prepositions which you use with ablative, vina is among one of those that you use ablative.
You
So
may use ablative.
like pra, you use ablative, vina you use ablative. So you can use both then?
No, not again. You have to see what you want to convey. I don't think it's not mechanical that way. Depends on what is your goal, what you want to say. Is a function. As I said before, a sentence, unlike the English sentences, a Sanskrit sentence is built in your head. So there's a thought behind it. So that thought you are converting into a sentence. And the question is how accurately you are expressing your thought. So that is where that thing will come.
So there is more than vina.
Right. So vina is, I think we did in the 3rd or 4th class and so on. So vina is a choice by Khari. So by that time information is lost. So you are trying to be as best as possible. Okay. I can't think of an example where ablative is used in Bina, but there may be examples. Then alam. Alam dukhena. Alam and kritam is enough. Alam dukhena is like enough. So alam is also a abbaya. Abbaya is like a alam. Alam dukhena. Enough of this. Enough of class. Enough of puja. Enough of job. Enough of life. Alam. Alam is like but what they're saying is that will use instrumental. And then the dative. Dative, as we said before, is something that we give to, we offer. Okay, so aya. So rupa, dashaya, kanang yachati. So dashaya is again because of the so-called voiced, right? And then kupa, janak. So then we say angry with. Janakaha putraya kupyati. This is interesting. Because we don't say Janakaha putram kupyati. Accusative. That is, he is throwing his anger on the boy. So what that means, putraya kupyati, because the son did certain things. Because of which the father is angry. Putraya. So putra krute. Putra krute means because of the son's activity, the father is. You can also say putrat krutati in that situation. That is something that he has done which has caused because of the activity that he did. So putrat, when we say, we did not say putra krutat. What basically means that putra did some activity which has caused me anger. But putrat. Know what I'm saying? But which may mean is some boo-boo he has done. You know what I mean? So I not say boo-boo. I'm saying that because of him I'm kind of angry. Right. So Janakaha putraya spruhayati. Putraya spruhayati. Janaka putraya kupyati, putraya spruhayati. Then please, ruch. Kushumani nrupaya rochante. So these are what happens is again, the verb is verb. The verb is controlling the karaka. Rocha. Rocha in the sense I like it. So when you like it, so then you use dative. Why? Because liking is something something that object gave to you. Know what I'm saying? I like you. I like you, right? In English, you is an accusative. I like you. In this thing, tubhyam aham rochami. That is, you have certain qualities that you are exuding to me. That makes me happy. You know, so that's the samarthana. That's a dative. That's a which causes me happy.
We can put other way also. Mayam tubhyam rochate.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Nanmayam aham
Aham.
tubhyam rochami.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So in that sense that I kind of see, but the idea is that it is not that you know, it's certain things in you. Your knowledge, your humility, your pleasure, your jokes and this thing, something fascinates me. So, but I do not say what that is. I just say, I like you. You know what I mean? So, in other words, what is happening is, I like you in this sense is not accusative, is dative, because liking is not an accusative form.
Mhm.
Do you understand? Because there is no action involved, there's no feeling involved.
Yeah.
Tudami, tushami, badami, an action involved. But this thing, Mahyam rochate, you mean that no? It's a tacit.
Yeah.
So that is how. Okay.
So, sir, the this one, for example, the object is kusum, obviously,
Kushumani,
and
yeah.
the dative is the nrip,
Right.
and
Rochante.
right. But you one might think that the kusum may be the dative, and because he is pleased to. It's not the flower which is pleased with the king.
You
it's
can
the king.
also say Rupaha Kusumevyaha Rochate.
Right, so we can
Which
use
is the other
the
way.
instrument
No.
of kusum.
Dative also, again dative.
Or again dative.
Again dative.
Oh, okay.
But again, the verb will change. Rochante is the plural Kushumani. When Rupaha, it becomes singular, Rochate. Like Ganeshaya, Modakam Rochate. Ganeshaya, Modakam Rochate. Modakani, Ganeshaya Rochante. Do you understand?
Laddu.
Modakani, Ganeshaya Rochante. Or Modakam, Ganeshaya Rochate. Or Pujaka, Ganeshaya Rochate. Doesn't matter. But the point is that something that he does, so somebody is happy. There's an action involved, but we're not saying what that action is. We're not saying what Kushuma did that made you happy. So that is so the question is that's a dative from that point of view. Okay.
So here, ruch is considered as a verb or?
Yeah, it's Atmanepadi. But there are two different things. Prasnepadi, Atmanepadi. So this is Atmanepadi, Rochante, Roche. So that
It cannot be Atmanapadi, it can be because it's not pleasing itself. It's Prasmapadi because it's pleasing somebody else.
Right, but Atmanepadi are used, as some verbs by definition Atmanepadi. So that's like in the sense that you have no business to, you have no ruchi. You can't say that I have this ruchi. You don't have it. Ruchi is always caused by something else. You can only
Okay.
feel it. You can't cause it. You know what I'm saying? You can't really, you can feel hungry. But you can't feel, I want to feel ruchi today. So ruchi has to be stimulus. Something has to happen and then you may or may not. That's the whole trick there. So that's all Atmanepadi.
So this is an Atmanepada termination, is it? Rochante.
Rochante, plural. Atmanepadi, plural. I don't know why they did not do Atmanepadi and they introduced it here.
Yeah.
Possibly. Okay. But there is an example. So Dasho Gramam Gacchati, Dasha Gramaya Gacchati. So either both are allowed.
Yeah.
In the sense the movement. Gramam Gacchati, Gramaya Gacchati. So Gramam Gacchati, you have a destination Grama. Gramaya Gacchati, towards Grama. You know what I'm saying? Towards Gramaya gacchati, because he has his mind set to go there. So it's not like a station to station, because also you're thinking, what shall I do, and so on, Gramaya gacchati. Remember, like that. Sukhaya vanam gacchati, and because of, purpose of him, Sukhaya vanam gacchati. So Namaha, Nupaya Namah, Mallo Mallaya, Lang Mallo Mallaya part. So Namah Swasti, so these are also dative. Then ablative. Naro Gramat Vanam Gacchati. Gramat Vanam Gacchati. From the village is going to the forest.
So this is so rare.
Which one?
The ablative, where this point, that point from which the action begins, because most of the things that we do is, like the declensions are nouns, and from there the action doesn't begin.
No.
So like
Akasha
Muni,
Paitam Toyam. So the water falls from the sky. Brikhyat Paitam Phalam. Like a patitam. So any or going, like a water coming from the stream. So
Those are the
so that's the ablative. In the sense that that's the source. Or even love, from the heart. Hruddesat. Yeah. So the question is, so that whenever there's a source, or you came from your mother's womb, so that's ablative. You are there, right? So anything that is source, I came from, so that's an ablative involved there. Okay, ablative is a very powerful case because we have in a cosmic sense, we have a larger connection. We came from somewhere, which is unlike the West. Even though we exist here, you have a connection. That's the ablative. Either family, home, children, or God.
Ishwara.
Ishvara. Actually, we are, but that's like we ask, okay, it will come. So, Nupaha, Dasham, Dukhatudati. On account of Dukhatudati. See, because of, so it's like an instrumental case in the sense that because of the, he did some boo-boo, so he dasam tudati. Okay, and then this is a third one. He says like prak, purvam, anantaram. So like it's like a from this time to this time. Also ablative. I went there before I went here. You know what I mean? So you say like I did not, or I went outside the home. Grihat bahi gacchami. Outside. Grihat bahi. Right? Or Khanat anantaram agacchami. I'll come in a minute. Give me a minute. I'm back. Khanat anantaram agacchami. Okay? So like that. So this is basically from this khana, another khana. From this point, you count one khana. I'll be back. Khanat anantaram. Right? Nagarantaram. So we also did the, okay, we'll see. Yeah, if you have time, join the Ramayana, then you kind of see this in application. I'm teasing, I think C comes. We have occasionally have this thing, but we have more fun with it. So that you can see in action. Then there's a more intake. You know what I mean? More you see. Okay, genitive. Genitive is aham nupasya dasham pashyami. So genitive is a more relation. Nupasya. See how we did?
Belongs to somebody.
Yes, nupasya. And so nupasya kanakam bhavati. Have kanakam, have. And then this prepositions also. Upari, adha, purata, paschat, parata, which means say over this.
Over under.
Gruhasya upari. chhatram asti, or mama upari kesa asti. So, on the top of it, or body on the
Parvatasya upari gacchami.
Parvatasya upari gacchami, very good, yeah. That's a good sentence, a grammatical sentence, but I think Sanskrit will kind of say a little better. Agre samaksham krute samipam, and locative. So asyaha kupe patati. The asyaha kupe patati. Somehow the heart fell into the well. I don't know why the heart falls in the well.
So this one I have a question on the locative.
Look, you have this funny thing. See, this is again Sanskrit, very cultivative language. So somehow they don't even, some of these examples, they go by ages. Some stupid this thing, nobody becomes creative, they will throw it. But they say that's so shastra, somebody said so. And so, but this may not be there, but you can see.
Mishanji, this one I also have a question about, same question actually the previous one asked about ablative, that inside, the location is usually in something. So few words like coop and river, and they can be understood. But most of the, again, nouns, how do you where are these locatives are used other than, what are the other,
No,
like
any locative. You are sitting on the floor, you are walking on the street, you are inside a box, you are in the house.
in the house will be also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Revasani. The inside the person, anytime there's a location, XYZ. And then also there's a location, for example, in a Sanskrit, in tomorrow will be Kale Khyati Jivanam. Kale Khyati Jivanam. Locative. Time takes away your life. So you are in the trap of Kala. Know what I'm saying? Which is not locative,
Right.
but in larger sense locative.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Kale Khyati Jivanam. Rama will tell to his brother tomorrow. So like that. So those are kind of locative by thought or by use,
Yeah.
right? Sansara bhajat dukkham.
Yeah. Okay.
Bhajat dukkham. When you are in the world, you can't complain about grief. Sansara bhajat dukkham. So you can't say where? There's no where. Sansara. You know what I'm saying? So like that. Kale. Gagane tara prabhati. Like that. So, so like that. So in. So there's a larger space.
Nishite Shanti Vasati.
It's a Shanti Vasati. Yeah.
Putre sounds strange. Putre Janakaha Tushrati. The next one.
But that has the same logic of Kale.
Kali, in time you can exist.
Right.
But
So
not,
here that putra becomes a bhava. Putra is not an object there. The concept of putra is tushati, you. So putra is not like your son sitting there. Putre tushati. That I have a son. So that putra may not be your son itself, but a support. You know what I mean? Not his son. You know what I mean? That you have a tusati. Putre tusati. You know what I mean? I have a son. See, that's like an older style in the sense, you need a son to give you udaka, who can really
take
Take
care.
care.
take care of you. So if you, that's a tusati. That when I'm kind of this thing, I have a, so putre tusati.
If you say Janaka Putram Tushyati, what will that mean?
Or that's the you did. I go on pampering him.
Okay. I am pleasing him.
Okay.
Okay.
Putre tusati in this would be like by virtue of his presence,
I'm happy.
you are happy. You're not doing anything. You see, that creates an environment. But
But-
putra is smeared now. There's a kala. like a jivana, like sansara. You know what I mean? So putra's presence, he's there. He's there. Aham ishwarito sami. Sive pashami.
If I say aham putram tushyami, then it is I am pleased. And then I can use putram, or then I still have to say putre.
No. Aham putram
Putram tashyami.
That is what you are saying is I am kind of a pleasing my son.
Oh, okay. Still okay. I am pleased.
Aham putrena tushyate. If you say, then you can say that by virtue of him, I get happiness.
Okay.
So that's a physical object.
Okay.
That means instrumental. Instrumental has to be a physical object. But locative doesn't have to be a physical object. Can be a bhava. That's how we call bhava saptami. Bhava saptami in the sense, say for example, the use could be, while he was speaking, I was gone. Aham gatavan. He is speaking. So that's the environment. In that environment I left. Bane Rame, Dasarata Mruta. Bane Rame, when Rama is in the forest, Dasarata is. So Bane Rame is an environment. Environment to Dasarata. Know what I'm saying? So like that. So that's called Bhavi Saptami. Saptami is locative. Saptami? Okay, alright. Then they have the vocative cases. So you take this and vocative cases and then you continue to exercise. Okay? I wanted to do something more at this time. Maybe I squeeze it. Lesson 6. Lesson 6 can you do independently or you do not? What does lesson 6 do? Lesson 6 talks about they talk about the they took out three past tenses. The three past tenses. One tense says, like, as the thing has been passed, in a minute, so I studied my lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't say that when did you study, but you are aware of it. You know what I'm saying? You can vouch for it. I studied my lesson. You know what I mean? Which is one kind of tense. Then other kind of a past would be that that I studied in high school. So there is no really object you studied. You studied in high school, right? So which means some kind of past, but you are not specific about it. That's a past tense. Other thing is that I studied this morning, where you are specifying and not too long ago. So there are three different past tenses they use. Anadhyatana is not today. I studied my grammar, means I did not do today. I did. I'm aware of it, like that. So what happens is that in the classical Sanskrit, they are coming back to those, and they call it past imperfect. Imperfect because I have studied my grammar, which means I can't say I'm an expert of the grammar. That's what the imperfect. When I studied high school, it was so long ago, whatever I studied, I finished studying. Whatever I need to study there, I have done it. I'm not going back to it. When I studied grammar, and I'm saying yesterday, that means I studied it, but I can go back to it. So that's why it's imperfect. And then I say, I studied this morning, that's hours in the sense, I have just done it. I ate my food. I just done it. So you kind of, you try that, and I think all those are the similar kind, and then they go to the imperative. Imperative is vadani, vadava, vadama. We have, but earlier we said, what is imperative? Imperative is in Sanskrit it's called lot. Imperative is like let. Let in the sense, let you speak. or so let you speak means like or let Rama speak. Okay, so I am kind of asking him, or I'm asking him to speak. Rama, speak. You know what I mean? So like that. In those situations, I will use this called act imperative. Vadani, vadava, vadama, bada. Badatam, badatam. Badatu. Bhavan, badatu. Bhavan, badatu means please speak. Please speak. Right? Bhavan, gachatu. Please go. Bhavan, pashatu. Please read. Right? So it's like instruction. You know, that's what they call imperative, like an order, right? But also it has used in the let sense. Let us read. Right. So they say the puja, they say karishye. Right? Okay. And then they have a potential. Potential is when we say that something has to be done, should be. Should be. We should read. First, in the imperative was, please read. This is, we should read. You should read. Rama should read. Rama pathet. Rama pathet. That means it is Rama's turn. Potential. You know what I mean? Aham gachehe. I acheyam. So like I have to, I should go. Things like that. So can you read that? Vadeyam?
Vadeyam, Vadeva, Vadema,
Right.
Vadeha, Vadetam, Vadeta,
Vadeha. Vadehe.
Vadehe,
Yeah.
They-
Vadehe, Vadetam, Vadeta,
Right.
Vadet, Vadetam, Vadeyuhu.
Vadehe. So I think those are all purely mechanical, which means you can't escape them just without just simply reading and reading. I would say the following. I would say that do one exercise one day and recitation one day. Recitation sometimes you do like a regular if you can, but again, and see how it happens, and then the grammar. All right, and we shall see. Every at least 2 or 3 times a week, right? Then you are doing exercise. Once you sit down, at least half an hour, you are working on that exercise. You know what I mean? Which means looking at, see that you have a good mind. Exercises can be done in the evening, but recitation I would say do in the morning. Okay, when you really can be all by yourself. But this one, you exercise, you do exercise mechanical, but look up, oh, like that, let that thing come, okay, like that. So you find your own errors, right, and then do that. And after having done that, in the first 2 weeks, then you attempt that other thing I'm saying, Buddha Katha, in the 3rd week. Just type it and then meditate. Okay? Good?
Very good.
Makes sense? Alright. Adatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Mritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Alright, very good. Very good. See, we're somewhat non-traditional. You know what I mean? Because after all, I'm supposed to finish it, I'm not just asking this, right? And then again, you have to try something different. And also we have a special thing to see how best we prepare people and what the goal. Not to meme, but you have to kind of say, yes, I stand up. I stand up. So that stand up I think you will do. So that's how I say with recitation, but then you can stand up. You know, gain confidence. That given a situation, I can also, when the thing comes, I can say a few words. You know what I mean? And most often I find our people, they keep quiet. They keep quiet because the same thing again. The tacit thing I'm saying, we don't verbalize. That's because the breath is not clear. Once the breath clear, truth will come. If I like you, I say it. Why not? I don't hide it. Know what I'm saying? I don't say because I'm not sure. And if I say it, if you catch me, Vijayji, you like me, so, give me $5. Is something? So I said, I better not get into it. So my point, let us be bold about it. And that's the truthfulness. Yeah. Okay, very good. So we'll meet in December 6th. 6th, Saturday. And then if you can, sew up in the, there's some ladies are coming and some doesn't matter. But I will kind of spend a little more time in showing you what we did. The verbs and so on, how this comes, so that you develop a vocabulary. And Valmiki is also fun, which is not really mantras, but mantras based on it. Alright? Okay, Tatvika. Very good. Chalo. So this is my philanthropy.
I'll be out in December. I'm going to
Go. Getting married?
Looks like it.
With your blessing.